Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gifts, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome, glad to have you here. Oh look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee? I don't drink coffee. You sure? It's cultist coffee. What makes it cultist coffee? I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it. Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Now we might have it.
Testing. That looks like it's on now. Okay. Okay, that was because I hadn't plugged my my microphone in because I took my computer to Florida. There we go. So that was my fault. Hadn't fault. Let's see. I know how to read says, oh, another system you have to go through is Chivalry and Sorcery 5th edition. We spoke about Hackmaster, but 5th edition is pretty good. Am I going in and out? This is getting incredibly annoying. Okay. I know how to read says we're good. Okay. I don't understand what's going on with this. But it's going to have to get fixed because I hate having sound problems. But it's gone again? No, I think Stray just gifted 1 membership. Okay. There's a little bit of delay in the comments because I saw up here that it said, hey, it looks like your microphone's unplugged. So Know How to Read was just saying we spoke about Hackmaster, but CF 5th edition is pretty good. I don't know Chivalry and Sorcery. I'm gonna look that one up. I'm gonna put this in a new Chivalry and in a new tab. Sorcery 5th edition. Okay, we'll check that out. So I hope everybody is doing great. It's great to see everybody this morning. It's been a while from the morning grind. I have been in Florida. It's been a lot. Well, actually, not Florida. It was at the beach. We were in Alabama. We were in Fort Morgan, Alabama, and it has been a long, long time since I have been down to the beach. And so I had a great time. Went down there with the nephews, my brother, sister-in-law, and my sister-in-law's father. We were all in a house together and had a great time. I did take the computer with me, but I intentionally basically did no work and just enjoyed it. And it was a very good reset. So good morning, Doc Flamingo. Good morning, Stray. Let's see. Good morning, Sable Phoenix, who has returned to being the Sable Phoenix right here. So he said the Titterpig Rancher channel is going to be on a different channel. So Sable's back to being Sable here. Good morning, Mike. Good morning. Oh, Great Old Ones is here. NPH. Okay, we got a big group here. So good morning and good morning. I know how to read. Good morning. Stray has gifted a membership right here. Thank you very much, Stray. So who got that? Student? Is that who it is? Let's see. Let me go over here. Student. Yes. So Student received a membership. All right. Well, thank you. And Student, if you're lurking, please say hi. Great to have you. Let's see. So there we go. Okay. So yes. So I was in Florida and then got back and basically got right back to work, but that was great. So, okay, this is a big day because I did get to play some Rabivania over the Christmas or the beach vacation with the nephews. We didn't get a chance to play as much as I would like, but we did play a little bit. So, and then we're going to have the first Rabivania Crit game this afternoon. So, Crit is the online online role-playing convention. So this afternoon, there are a few last things I got to get set up on the virtual tabletop. So this afternoon, 3 o'clock, we will play that game. So we're going to do a few things here, but then, I don't know, we might have a little bit shorter stream because I get to work on the virtual tabletop. So that's happening. And I was just talking to, or BGD messaged me. I messaged back. Instead of doing the cultists on Wednesday, we might make that a second Rabivania game. So I said, yep, we can do it. You know, if we can do it, you know, as far as he can change it over, we may just clone the Rabivania game and put that on Wednesday instead of the cultist game. So that will be fine if that's what people would like to do. we can do that. So so that's going on. So I've got to get ready for that. That's going to be the major thing I'm getting ready for this afternoon. Also, I will say, finally, the boys, I did throw, when I went packing yesterday, or not yesterday, but when I was packing last week, I decided, you know what, I should just throw some magic cards into the Florida packing, for the Florida suitcase. And because, you know, we've been trying to get the boys interested in something related to gaming. Now, of course, they play, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, and they play Hero Quest, but, you know, they play when I come over. It's not like something that motivates them when I'm not there. So, you know, we play games, but we never really we tried to get them involved in like Kings of War for like a Warhammer thing. You know, playing Dungeons and Dragons with them. I had bought them magic cards, but I guess that was too long ago and they were too young or something. But, you know, Everett, the oldest one, would play magic, but I didn't realize that the youngest one was like, I don't know how to play magic. He was like, you know, I tried to learn from the oldest one and he was being mean or something like that. So it didn't really, it was like, oh, well, I can teach you how to play magic. So I was teaching the youngest one, 8 years old, how to play magic. And about halfway through the first game, he looks down at the table with the cards on it and goes, this is my favorite game ever. So he completely got hooked on magic while we were at the beach. And then because he was so into it, the middle one got into it and was learning how to play. And there was actually a lot of magic being played at the house. So I had to it's been a long time since I played too. I'm the most casual magic player either. But the boys, it looks like what actually hooked the boys appears to be magic. So they played a lot against each other. They got the two, I guess I did not buy a deck builder box a long time ago for the two younger one. No, for the youngest one. So they were like, because they knew they were magic cards that Uncle Heath had gotten them in their closet, but they didn't really know what to do with them. And so when they got home, they couldn't wait to get home and then open or, you know, reopen, see what all they had. And then my brother took the youngest one to the gaming store to get like a basic set for magic or something, you know, the starter set, because he didn't have like a core. There used to be something called like a deck builders box that I got for him, but he needed one. So now they are making magic decks. My brother walked in to get the youngest one, the 8-year-old, up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. He said he sent me a video of it. He said he walked in and he's sitting there at his desk sleeving magic cards. So there you go. So yeah, magic can make, like I said, I'm as casual as you can possibly be, which is exactly what we're going to do here. Sable Sable says magic can be a great hobby if you don't try to stay up with the most recent releases or play tournament level play. And we're not going to try to do any of that, and we're not going to try to, yeah. Like I said, my decks are the most casual decks ever. Like I went to doing deck. This was a long time ago. Doing deck building, looking up stuff on YouTube. It was like, if you want to be successful building a magic deck, do not do this thing. You know, that's the title of the YouTube video. Well, I looked up. I was like, okay, well, what is it? So I clicked on the video, and that thing is something that I do for every single one of my decks. So there's probably nothing competitive here about any of these decks. So that's fun. So, all right, I guess magic might end up being their thing. PH says, great introduction. Magic never did it for me. I don't know why, but I used to like Spellfire better. I don't know that one. I don't even remember if Spellfire was actually good, but I still don't care about magic. I never played a lot of magic, you know, as a kid. I wasn't into it. I was much more into Warhammer. I had a lot of friends, obviously, who were into magic because so many people were. So I played with them, you know, with their decks occasionally. So even magic is kind of new over here. I was like, that was one of the things to try getting the boys into. I don't understand this comment here. I know how to read. Says, do you think Special Ops miniature game? Do you think Special Ops miniature game or Elden Scroll miniature game? I don't know either. I don't know either of those. If you're asking, what do I think about them? So any other thing to do? Oh yeah, so there's one other thing to note here. I was monitoring also while we were going to the beach. I was monitoring the Cthulhu ABC's video across 3 platforms. It's on TikTok, it's on Facebook, and it's on YouTube. And it has now officially crossed. It's got the big M now, so it has over 1 million views. So most of those are on Facebook. So Facebook really just loved it. So it got about, I don't know, about 70,000 views on TikTok, and then on Facebook, it now has over 1 million views on Facebook alone. And then on YouTube, I was very happy that it has crossed over 100,000 views just on YouTube. So YouTube has 100,000 views. So we're working on the crit game now, but the next thing is, which has got to come up fast now that I'm back, is to figure out what to do about that. So obviously one thing is, okay, I need more videos to do that. That would be great. So I need more videos to do that. But then also try to figure out something to try to capitalize and expand on and grow, because, okay, that video had some success. So clearly that resonated with people. For the kids. Okay. Well, I don't know either one of those either. The special ops, we tried, like, if there's like some kind of skirmish game, that might be better than having them do whole armies. I don't know. The Elden Scroll miniature game. This is probably cool. But I also got them the Star Wars Legion. They also had Star Wars Legion stuff. And that didn't, maybe it's time to try again. Maybe they were too young or something. Could be. But, that one didn't. They've got some stuff, but nothing seemed to hook them like magic at the moment. So, okay, so that is what is going on. So I'm very happy about the success of Cthulhu ABCs. It's validating that, okay, I could make something. Well, I did get them, over the years, I bought them several different games in order to figure out what they might be interested in. And then I did take quite a few down to the beach, but we didn't play all that many, except for Magic was by far the most played. Let's share a screen here. Oh, we need to breathe and sip. Actually, I already need some more water. I think I've almost drunk all of my water now. So we played, there were 2 nights that got played over at the beach. Sir Jason and Sir Merrick got played. I won't tell you about the game because we're going to be playing that at Crit. We'll do a report on the play at Crit after this. But that got played, and then also the the Robin Hood style Ranger got played. So let's see. So I do want to check to be sure that everything's on here. So I think this is okay, Sir Jason, yes. And then does this guy have everything? Is he going to be ready for this afternoon? I want to be sure of that. Let me get some water, and then we will do a breathe and sip, and then we'll create a damsel. All right, let's do a breathe and sip here. let's take 2 deep breaths, then complete exhales, and then take a sip of our favorite beverage. So here we go. Let's breathe. And sip. I needed water this morning. So PH says in Spellfire, you have to build 6 realms. You build yours while trying to destroy the opponents. You play with a character, and there are spells, items, and the art is D&D like. It's less abstract. Huh. Spellfire game. Spellfire Master of the Magic is an out-of-print collectible card game. Oh, yeah, by TSR. Okay, so it was a TSR game. It was their response to Magic. Oh, well, interesting. Okay. I don't remember that one. Okay, so let's we were working on Rangers, and I think they got done. So, well, I don't have this defense right here. And we did say last time, I think that, we completely outfitted the Knights, which means that it was a completely legal build as far as the number of slots and stuff, their inventory slots that they were carrying. But but I forgot that you only get 4 items for starting loot. So we had to back that back down. I think that's where we were. So we were talking about loot here. Okay, fine longbow. That is the character specific loot. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yeah, what we were talking about was one of the things that this adventures kit. I was thinking about this after we concluded, because the adventurers pack. I was kind of thinking that when I was writing that everybody would have one. Oh, that's your basic kit for adventure, and maybe everybody should have one later on. But maybe if everybody's got it, then what kind of choice is that? I think BGD was bringing that up, and so. Oh, by the way, Sable, what kind of game did you play? I saw that you said you were already in a crit game this morning. So what did you play in? Just curious. So actually, it makes more sense to have the Adventurers pack be something that that only the real adventuring characters start off with. When you're doing like pre-generated characters. So it might make sense for the Rangers to have it, but less sense for like the Knights to have it or for the Damsels to have it. So, if you're just moving by road, and you're not really sleeping outside, if you're taking the hospitality of other Warrens or whatever, maybe you don't need this, but you will if you're going to be like going out on a trek. So probably everybody doesn't need to start out with this, and that will help bring down the starting items. So if he's got, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that's 5 items. Okay, so that's right. So he's not wearing armor, so it's just his defense from his con. It's like that. So, so this is, okay, Sharp Mountain City, a custom system doing superheroes. Oh, at Crit today? Sharp Mountain Games ran a Star Wars game with it last night that I didn't play, but it was the superheroes this morning that I will do, and we'll do their Star Trek tonight. Oh, okay, there's lots of gameplay. So I'm just using, I was building it out on playingcards.io, like we've done a lot of things here. Okay, so he is ready. So abilities,
And he's got one ability. He's got his rabbit abilities and then Eagle Eye. Okay, so yes, he's ready. The Ranger Aragorn style, 2, 4, 6. Yep, that's ready. So he's not wearing armor either, I don't think. He's got Pathfinder, Jump, Keen Hearing, and his loot will be Heirloom Blade, which 1, Traveler's Garb 2, Short Bow 3, Adventurer's Kit 4. Okay, so he does have one more item he can take, which could be additional arrows, but I think it makes the most sense for someone, the Robin Hood guy, to use up a slot for additional arrows. So, but this guy is more melee. He's got a short bow here, but then he's really gonna be fighting with this blade. What other kind of things? And then he's got an adventure field kit. Makes sense that he has the field kit as well. Hey, good morning, Tomocrat. PH says, are the items in the kit specified, or is it assumed to have what's needed and you can use it n times? Kind of going off of what was done with index card. Where is my index card? Well, I may still have that set to having gone to Florida. It seemed like that pack was kind of generic. And then, yeah, we can either say we can use it n times, or it's really the non-consumables. It might have a little bit of food here or there, but it's really the non-consumable things that you need to have with you. And then there's another mechanic called supply, which I've got to read up on, which is in the Master Edition that would handle basically consumable items. So you'd have to have that as well. Let's see. He can take another piece of gear. So let's see. Now, he could. Oh no, he's taking the traveler's garb, which will give him 2 extra spaces for carried inventory. That actually, that doesn't help much right now, because if you're only getting to take 4 starting items, you're not really running into that problem. That's kind of a down the road kind of thing. Well, now he could take a buckler. We were talking about, now, why would everybody not take a buckler? But actually, that's because you only have so many. You only have so many item picks. So he could take a buckler with him, which is not a bad idea. Or he could take a dagger or large knife. That would give him something throwable. But he's got the arrows. So why don't we go with the buckler then? I think I'm going to have to do this. Oh, there we go. Okay. So there we go. All right. So that one would be there would be equipped 1 or equipped 0 with sword. Okay, he should be ready. Let's do one of the damsels. Okay, so now this one is going to be, this will be Faith. Well, not there. Damsel of the Blood Royal. Her stats, her defense. Oh, did we not finish his defense here? So his defense is probably just, yeah. So his defense is +2 just from con. So he's not wearing armor. He might want to pick some up. PH says, I'm thinking here you could have different packs. One pack could be better at a region with mountains, another particular backpack for the fields, etc. Maybe some could give you use a bonus some situations and use a bonus or a penalty in others. Yeah, we could do that. Right now, I just took that off of the adventurer's kit that Index Card has. But yeah, you could customize it to like weather region. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have her here. She is a rabbit. So she's going to get these 2 abilities, jump and keen hearing. And then she will also get her loot. I like making characters fast like this. Once you got everything, they're fresh to me. Okay, so let's do one of the damsels. Okay, so a damsel of the Blood Royal. Here she is right here. Okay, so she's got starting abilities. She can have Merciful Touch. A touch of your gentle paw eases pain and quiets the soul. Once per scene, you may lay your paw on a creature to heal 1d6 HP and remove its fear, fatigue, and doubt. Or she can have Inspiring Presence. Your words and bearing fill others with courage. Once per scene or location, spend your scene per location. Spend your action to reduce the ally's target by 2 for D4 rounds. She also has Graceful Word. Even in tense company, your voice carries disarming power. Effect: the charisma checks to persuade, diffuse conflict, or gain favor are always easy, even with hostile or indifferent targets. Let's see. Let's think about how she is going to interact with the druid here. Later on, I do want to think we're going to have to think more about the ranger's ability, because the rangers, I don't think this is one that we took, but there is a ranger's the ranger has something that will help bring the heart leaf. Yeah, that's okay, because we moved it to a milestone ability. But I want to be sure that that was still useful, because the intention was that he was really the one who could bring someone back to life like that. But reading up on death in the main rule book, that effect may be duplicated. May need to be stronger, just because of the way people wake up from death anyway. Just thinking about that. Okay, so I was trying to think, what's the druid going to be so that the damsel can be something else? The druid has Missile Milk. Missile Milk. MIST. That's the one that grants immunity to pain. And so effectively gives you more hit points. A sickle or a traveler's cloak. Okay, so we really need, I think we need the damsel to be the healer, which makes sense. But let's make sure that this one is a lot of healing here. So the damsel, let's look at the healing ones then. Merciful Touch. Lay your paws on a creature to heal 1d6 HP and remove its fear, fatigue, and doubt. That could be one. But then also, as far as loot goes, we've got Silver Chalice, an important symbol of faith. The antiseptic properties and sanctification of this vessel help heal the sick and wounded. Once per scene per location, spend your action to imbibe or administer a drink from the chalice to heal D10 magic hit points. So if she took that, she would not be able to take Silver Sword. This silver longsword, engraved with prayers and vines of ivy, its edge is blessed to never shed the blood of innocence. Deals magic effort to target those not of the Mirite faith. Once per scene, if you strike in defense of the weak and helpless, your attack becomes ultimate effort, regardless of the target's faith. And we said we could back this down to great and magic. Then Saintly Relic. Okay, when worn, int and wisdom checks made to resist fear, domination, possession, or other harmful effects are easy, and dying timers are rolled with advantage. So I think, let's see what Mike says. I'd assume you wouldn't want healing to be too much, or the stakes of combat may suffer. Maybe it works between sessions, but not in combat. I don't know how that's going to go. I mean, because you're right. You're right, Mike. But she is the healer. There's nothing that says you can't use merciful touch outside of combat. Or inside combat, really. And you only do it once per scene. And, you know, of course, and the idea here is that it doesn't have to necessarily mean like she's magically like knitting wounds together, because this is abstract hit point systems. So she's rallying you basically, and removes fear, fatigue, and doubt. I wonder what people would want to play. I mean, something tells me that they're probably going to take the Slender Sword. So why don't we give her Merciful Touch, that she has some type of healing. So this right here. So let's make her special ability. Merciful Touch. The touch of a gentle paw eases pain and quiets the soul. Once per scene, you may lay your paws on a creature to heal 1d6 HP and remove its fear, fatigue, and doubt. And her name is Greta. No, just like the one in the damsel nurses in the search for the Holy Grail. This one's Faith. This one's Faith. All the damsels all take the names of virtues when they become damsels for their time in the order. So this is Faith. And then we'll go down to Slender Silver Sword. This will be equipped 1. Slender Silver Sword, engraved with prayers and vines of ivy. Its edge is blessed to never shed the blood of innocence. At the moment, we'll leave it. We said we could back this down to great, but on here, we'll just leave it, and we'll see how it plays. That means that she probably... Well, this is... I mean... that she should probably specialize in magic. Because doesn't the so the sword does, if the sword stays and does magic damage mainly, the chalice also does magic hit point. Magic restores magic hit points. So that would be another reason for her to do that, although they probably won't have both of them. Especially if you can't choose, you know, if the starting loot, like BGD prefers it, is not something you can pick up later. That's the way he likes to play it in order to make the starting choices most significant. Right, she might go +4 on magic. But then what kind of... she should have charisma and probably wisdom. My book is not sitting over here. But I would say, okay, she's got 6 to go. I mean, she could be... I mean, it just seems like she's going to be the charisma person. So it could be this. That would be 6 right there. Strength doesn't make sense. Dex doesn't make sense. Con doesn't make sense. Intelligence could. Let's see. Let me see, because we want her to be distinguished from the druid. Let's see. ICRPG. Is there a SRD? Main abilities. Well, that's not right. Okay. Let's give her intelligence and then the druid wisdom. That seems like the way that it would go, but we'll check that as well. So, so she's going to be +0 defense. And then what type of loot does she have? Like, what does she need? There is, let's see, she needs to have, didn't we put together like a little healer's kit? I think we did. She needs to Adventurer's Pack, Critical Care Kit. Oh, yeah. So we've got Critical Care Kit, which that was actually the one that I was like, oh, is this duplicating the Ranger's special ability? Critical Care Kit. This small kit contains bandages, tinctures, and serums, healing 1 hit point on an ally with an int or wisdom roll. Includes bottle, scalpel, and anti-venom. But then we also have a healer's kit, which I hadn't finished here, which is medical application with this. Takes at least 15 minutes to assess and administer to a subject. Oh, and then that is supposed to be a tool. Like that's like it provides the number of hit points back according to your tool effort. So that would be a reason why she might have also some tool effort if she's taking the healer's kit. So in this case, like the critical care kit is the one that's supposed to be fast. Like you could use that in combat. So that makes her special that she can roll the D6. So she probably doesn't need the critical care kit. Well, she only do that once per scene. But she probably doesn't need that because her special ability would get you D6 hit points back rather than 1. Whereas the healer's kit takes 15 minutes to assess and administer to a subject. And then that will restore tool effort hit points. Now, as far as we could give her like traveler's clothing. But you know, maybe we should have like the healer's kit. So let's put healer's kit there. So that's something that's done outside of combat. So let's make her a little bit better at that. Let's make this +2 magic and +2 weapons and tools so that she gets that'll be D6 +2. Yeah, so she's doing so she can do D6 in combat, and then outside of combat can take you under her care for D6 +2. That seems pretty good. That the clothing, right? That's actually where I was going. There is that we could have, what would you call this? Like court clothes. Clothing suitable for attending court or balls or lavish feasts with the nobles of Rabivania. Or even the king. So make that kind of like the generics right up. I like what Mike, you've got like courtly gown, right? So this is her white gown. So this is white. I mean, it's almost like their uniform. The white dress of the damsels with a golden plaque belt. That says plague belt. Plaque, there you go. Plaque belt around the waist. So this is a simple but elegant white dress of the damsels with a golden plaque belt around the waist. Suitable for attending court balls or lavish feast, or we'll say suitable for attending a court or any ceremonial purpose. She could she could also go ahead and take a fox. Let's see. So PH said, what if the starting item is a pendant that gives her the ability to spread her virtue among the innocent? So she would be able to spread faith that could give her a bonus in a specific action. And if she loses the pendant, she loses the power and maybe has to undergo a new ritual to claim another name and power. Well, that would be cool. That would, I mean, that would go along with what, like, you know, what she is supposed to be doing as far as spreading the, well, faith, because that's what her name is, right? The Mirite faith. So that does give her like the preacher kind of thing. So she has taken okay, that's the character specific loot. So she gets 4 so she has 2 other things that she can take. It could be white riding fox. To let her get around, and she might need that's not to imply that she doesn't have like other clothes to ride around in, because they typically have riding clothes in addition to their, you know, their white gowns. But they always save. She's also in the situation like where the knight is, that, you know, they tend to get they get stuff. Like, what does she need in order to be a damsel? It's not as much stuff as the knight does, but they probably don't want to have her walking around. She could a ranged weapon. Well, she could take that. So she's got the silver. It could be white riding fox. This is, I think I had something about the difference between, I just had riding fox down here. So this is not a war fox, but a albino slim, how do you spell lithe? That's a word, right? Yes. Okay. Yes. Lithe. It's with an I. Okay. A slim, lithe fox. Suitable for a lady to ride. Only the damsels. Ride the albino foxes. So she can take one other thing, yes. So she probably does not need the adventuring toolkit or the adventuring pack. Like, she's an example of that, because she's probably not going out in the beginning when you're set up. She's probably not set up to go out into the wilderness and the wilds like the Rangers are. She's taking hospitality from people as she goes. So she's probably not set up to sleep outside, really. So she could take like a knife or like the dagger or the knife. Wait, that's not even a sentence. But that gets the idea across at the moment. So I mean, why don't we do that? Let's just add that over here. Oh, we talked about draft animals. Like the miniature pigs might be really good for that. So at the moment, so she gets another pick. So let's go ahead and we'll give her the dagger then. So she could throw it. Okay. This was also one that we talked about. This could be a dagger or a large knife. That does tool damage. So she does have a bonus with tool. But actually, so we talked about whether or not that should be basic. But again, because we're like, why wouldn't you take the dagger? Because it doesn't take up an inventory slot. And it's because you only get 4 picks in the beginning. So long as only one is carried. No inventory slot. So long as only one is equipped or carried. 1 paw to wield, throwable. Oh, but I was thinking about, well, the range, like in melee, probably matters. That somebody else is going to be able to strike first against you. Most other melee weapons. In melee, unless somebody has a better idea. Well, the dagger allows her to throw. I mean, the dagger is throwable. That's the difference. I think that maybe some type of something else, more thematic, might be better. I mean, I agree with that. We just don't have it. Like I said, once we get here, like, that's why I didn't consider the inventory list completely finished, because I was like, well, what are other kinds of characters going to need? So there needs to be something else on here that I think that she could take that's related to her mission. So that's we'll put an asterisk by this one. This is probably fine and playable right now, but before it's ever finalized, I think it needs more. But that works. Like the magic pendant you're talking about, like a pendant. Yeah, the picks down here are supposed to be basic equipment that anybody could take. The pendant sounds like something that's like her type or class specific. We don't want to make it something that, I mean, this is something that anybody should be able to take. Because it needs to go on the basic equipment list. Because she's got her class specific list. Let's right, yeah. That sounded like an item from the beginning at creation. Yeah. Herbalist kit. That sounds like something that one of the druids would need. Do we have something like that down here? Or I could see the rangers taking that too. It does something. Okay, so let's did we go back up and finish her points? Defense, yeah, we did. Oh no, we did not do her. Oh yeah, I guess we did. So this is 0. This is 0. 0. 0. So if we're doing a druid here, what is his? Don't know yet. Okay, so druid. We've been going closing in on an hour here. Okay, so druid can have wild bond. Charisma checks related to animal handling encounters with wild creatures are easy. Lore master, int checks to recall history, stories, songs, ancient lore, or legal information related to Clavician law are easy. Forager, wisdom checks to find, identify, and process natural resources, survive in the wilderness, or to forecast environmental conditions are easy. Okay, so we gave the damsel intelligence, but it depends on what kind of druid do you want to be? Do you want to be a charisma based druid for animal handling and stuff? Intelligence for all the history, stories, songs, all that, or forager, which is wisdom based. Let's make this guy the lore master. And then he gets loot. So he can have ancient weapon, a silver sickle, reaping a hook of your order, or some other weapon of an ancient hero's found in a barrow. Silver sickle, so that would be, so roll weapon effect twice, take the higher result. So he can have a weapon. Mistle milk is the bone white potion brewed under moonlight with poppy, mistletoe, and ghost thistle. Once per scene, imbibe or administer this liquid to grant immunity to pain for 1d4 rounds. During this time, the subject also reduces incoming damage by 4. Alternatively, allow this to go. So we were still in discussion about that. Immunity to pain for 1d4 rounds. During that time, subject also reduces all incoming damage by 4. Or Traveler's Cloak. This well-worn cloak smells faintly of peat and pine. Its fibers are dyed with ash, moss, and moonlight. When wrapped in this cloak, the wearer leaves only the faintest trace and makes no sound. All attempts to track or follow the wearer are hard, even when he is moving, he or she is moving at normal or hastened speed overland. Tales Books uses it to gather people while around and soothe their spirit while they listen to comfort stories and fill their heart with courage and listening to heroic stories. That's an interesting idea. Book of Tales. Because like a bard character might also want to take that. So that could have its effect on for multiple character types. I have a feeling this character, as an example, should either take the weapon or the mistle milk. Right, yeah. For a damsel, I think it fits the role. I think it does too. A good night sword. Okay, well let's give this guy the we'll make this guy more Gandalf like. Okay. So he's going to have so I said this way, like it doesn't always have to be a sickle. I like the sickle idea. But it could be something that's found, like Gandalf found Glamdring. Whoa. That recalls some ancient, some older time. So, and Mike is suggesting 3, 2, 1 for wisdom, intelligence, and charisma. I mean, I definitely think he should be down here with wisdom and charisma. So 3, 2, 1. I mean, arguably this one could be swapped because he's taking int, but it's also making that int is he's making checks to recall history, story, songs, ancient lore, or legal information easy. He needs good gear. So, okay, so he's got 4 picks, general picks, which could be, I think the traveler's clothes make a lot of sense for him. Traveler's garb. Do we have like a staff here? At some point, yeah, we need to have, a special staff on the milestone abilities, druid staff. I think we tried that, but the starting abilities are the milk, the traveler's cloak, or the ancient weapon. Druids all get a staff when they become a druid, but this would like make yours special, like mechanically special. But I do think because we have the Robin Hood type, we have to have some type of staff, quarterstaff. The quintessential companion of the traveler, a fantastic way to be armed while looking relatively unarmed. So let's just give this guy a staff. Carved. With runes and topped by strange ornamentation. He gets 2 more things that he can use. This is the druid. Hey, John. No, I said lore master. So he's the druid. He's the lore master druid, like a Gandalf type. So he's staff. Oh, I would do the rabbit smoke. I don't know. Because when I'm thinking about Gandalf, I think, well, what's the other thing that Gandalf's always got with him is pipe. But I hadn't thought about that. So Gandalf-like items, a writing kit. Well, no, well, maybe, but you know, the druids themselves don't write things down. They can write things down for other people, but you know, they don't write their stuff down. You know, what if the weapon calls to him and maybe the weapon was someone else's or some people that they want back? Yes, a war master should conquer stuff. Yeah, if you pulled like this weapon here, if you pulled it out of something, it might be something somebody does want back. Traveler's a staff. Okay, so Gandalf has Shadowfax later. No, this one could be like the herbal. We don't know exactly what that does yet, but the herbalist kit. A short bow. You give him something, some kind of ranged weapon. So he's going to be defense +0. The barrow blade allows him to use weapon effort twice. So he probably, there's nothing right now that causes him to go up to like magic. So he might end up being +4 in weapons and tools. That would allow him to use herbalist kit. This is going to needs to do something like tool effect on something. We don't want to step on the witch who has the ability that her cauldron allows her to brew different potions. A druid could have many names like Gandalf, yeah, or he could change his abilities depending on the place he's in, like nature, and with nature and animals adapt. I'm just going to make a note here. Don't step on. Witch's cauldron. Yeah, it needs poisons or something. I think we'll have to look exactly what she can do, but I'm going to copy this also over to the main document. All right. Well, I am going to get out of here for now. Very productive, but I've got to build out, finish putting out a few things into the virtual tabletop here, and I'm going to try to do that here in the next hour and a half. But we may be doing a second Rabivania game on Wednesday, so I'll put that in the Discord server if that's the case. Oh, also, I think did I mention? Yeah, today is Sunday. Yeah, so tomorrow night we should also be talking to Brianna on Table Talk about the Guardian short horror film. So there'll be that. Then there will be the Cultists Season 2, Episode 8 release on Wednesday. There'll be the after party after that, but we may be playing Rabivania during that. So, but that's coming out. All right. It was great being here with you. Thank you, everybody. I will talk to you later. Go forth, be creative, and be constructive. Later.